Leales siempre.
The two men, who both consider themselves president, made dueling appeals today to Venezuela's armed forces. Self-declared President Juan Guaido called on the country's soldiers to back his opposition movement as his supporters delivered amnesty offers to military bases across the country.
Fuego!
But in an effort to prove he has the backing of the armed forces, embattled President Nicolas Maduro oversaw war games today, telling troops Guaido's leading a coup and urging them to remain loyal to him. But there's already been one high-profile defection. Maduro's top military envoy to the U.S. threw his support behind Guaido.
Solo faltas tú, soldado, amigo.
And raising the temperature even further, today Maduro rejected an international ultimatum to call elections within 8 days. He has been warned by Donald Trump's national security advisor that if there's any violence or intimidation towards U.S. personnel or Guaido or Venezuela's National Assembly, that there will be a significant response. What that means exactly is a bit of a mystery, just like the future of Venezuela. And with Canada backing the opposition, we wondered how some of the thousands of Venezuelans living in this country are feeling about this crisis. So we asked Briar Stewart to try to find out.
Look at the poor guy. They're throwing the tear gas directed at him.
These scenes are keeping Valentina Ruiz Leota and Laura Aveledo up at night. Leota moved here in 2013 after being mugged at gunpoint, and both still have family back home.
It's almost like having two lives, because you have your life here, your work, but at the same time you're checking yourself on every time you can, because you know things are developing there.
At least 20 people have been killed in protests in recent days, but Aveledo says the developments have given many people struggling with hyperinflation and widespread food shortages a glimmer of hope, but also unease.
You know that something is brewing in the country, but you don't know when things are going to explode.
They're grateful the Canadian government has joined the U.S. and other Western and South American countries throwing support behind Juan Guaido, the leader of the National Assembly and now interim president. But they feel the NDP's stance is short-sighted. In a statement, leader Jagmeet Singh urged that Canada should not simply follow the U.S.'s foreign policy, particularly given its history of self-interested interference in the region. One of his MPs went even further. Nikki Ashton tweeted, "We cannot support an agenda of economic or military coups."
I'm happy for a change.
But Rolando Sandrea and his family are glad the international community is involved. They moved to Alberta more than a decade ago, one of a few thousand Venezuelans who came to work in the oil patch.
Okay, now black beans.
After being laid off, he opened this restaurant. He too is watching the events unfold in Venezuela with a lot of optimism.
In my heart, after 20 years of this regime that is right now in Venezuela, I'm happy, of course. I know that it's a hard transition, but it will be benefit for all the people in Venezuela.
Like everyone we spoke to, the real worry now is that Maduro could still prevail.
I think for me that's the biggest fear, because it's, once again, a lot of noise for nothing.
And they worry their families back in Venezuela could find themselves in an even more desperate situation. Briar Stewart, CBC News, Vancouver.